you started to get involved in healthy eating and environmentally conscious, and how did that happen? How did it start?
How did it start?
Yeah.
Well, I think that, I've always been interested. My parent, I grew up in a fairly interesting, slightly dysfunctional home. So there was, my mother had cancer, and my sister, one of them suffered from mental illness, and my father had heart disease. So I was always very, very concerned about health and wellness. I was like out of survival.
Right.
And then it became a passion for me, because what I realized was that your lifestyle choices actually inform who you are, and they can make you feel better and more balanced and all these different things. And then, and I was always an environmentalist, so I really believe that the choices in the food you eat and in the kind of home that you have. It's why I'm affiliated with Cambria, because I think that their product is really beautiful. It's also Green Guard certified. There's no maintenance. You don't have to seal it with toxic sealants.
Yeah.
These things are important to a home, and your home is part of your healing environment.
The big thing right now is ecotourism,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are making choices to take the family to that trip to that area where they might be staying in a 5-star hotel, but they'll dedicate half a day to rebuilding something or giving back to the community that they're
Absolutely.
visiting. So,
well, part of what we do, Bobby and I really we don't do too much like just going on vacation to go on vacation. Pretty much everything we do, we'll interview people, we'll get involved, and that's what we want. The Willing Way hasn't launched, the willingway.com has not launched, formally yet, but what it will be travel. We're
Yeah.
going to go to indigenous, tribes and really get involved in what's
Wow.
going on locally, because we want to get the message out there that people do things differently in different places. So, there is a carbon footprint to get there, but we want the message about what they're doing in those places to get out to other people, and why do people live longer in certain places? What are their choices? Why, what levels of stress do they have?
So if, and I just want to talk a little bit about water, because I'm curious about bottled water, filtered water, because it's all about, you talk about, buying locally, but it's all affected by what we use on our crops, what gets into
Absolutely.
the water table.
Well, water's a huge issue. I was talking about this last night with somebody, and the fact that we all drink out of plastic is really bad. The amount of estrogen we take in, bad estrogen that we take in, that's, it's causing our children to be, our boys are less like boys, and our girls are getting periods way too early, and it's because of these hormones that are in our food and our water and all that stuff. Water is a big issue. It's a big business.
Yeah.
I try not to drink out of plastic. It's really hard when I'm on the road, and you'll see me with plastic and say you're a hypocrite. I'm not, but it's hard.
Yeah.
I
No, it
can't
is.
take glass. I can't take glass bottles of water with me wherever I go. I would like to be able to drink out of a tap, but it's not. There's so many chemicals in our water. So at home, you get a really good filter system. You find out, I happen to have a Life Source system, which I think is really good. There's always something new and happening in that environment. And waters in particular is really a very difficult subject, but I try to, buy Voss water or water out of glass as much as possible. And, my filtered water, which I put in glass and take with me when I'm home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. What a pleasure.
It was great.
Bang.